So, after a very long wait, Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2 arrived. Is it worth the wait? My name is Bonnell Boom, and I'll be figuring that out. Chapter 4 Season 2 released last Friday, and I, as any self-respecting individual does, wasted my entire evening playing. And was it worth the wait? Absolutely. The gameplay itself was fun and exciting, and moves at a pace rarely seen in Fortnite. Most vehicles now found around the map, such as the new motorcycle and car, can speed in the right conditions, and it makes using them to traverse and in fights an absolute treat. And the new motorcycle's ability to drift is just the cherry on top of an absolute pile of coolness that all the vehicles offer. And vehicles aren't the only way to get around the map now, with Mega City of course having its very own grid rail network. I absolutely adore these rails. They're absolutely a dream to travel the city on, and can lead to some creative and chaotic fights where both you and your opponents are constantly on the move and switching rails. I can't get enough of them, honestly. In terms of the 4 new POIs, I don't think a single one is bad. Mega City is of course the main attraction, and my god is it an amazing one. This is probably one of, if not, my favourite location in all of Fortnite. The looks of the location are absolutely stunning, and on a scale that is hardly ever seen in the Battle Royale map. Even if the buildings don't have all the floors all the way up, I think it would be unrealistic to expect that from buildings this size. Gameplay in this location, created by the scale, is incredibly hectic and chaotic, and it makes for one hell of a fun playing experience. Outside of the city, the rest of the biome is very nice. Steamy Springs is a very well designed location, with plenty of loot for each squad. Naughty Nets is also a very nice location, however is lacking firmly in the loot department, placing it with Lonely Labs in my mind. And Kenjutsu Crossing? We don't talk about that. Let's move on. If you've put up with me so far in the video, why not subscribe? That way you know when more of my mishaps are available for your viewing pleasure. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled me. In terms of new weapons, I don't think there's a single one I dislike that's been created for this season. The Havoc AR is an absolute machine at medium and long range, and is 100% my AR of choice for this season. The Havoc Pump Shotgun is also deadly, and hits like an absolute truck at every rarity, making it a force to be reckoned with in terms of shotguns. The Kinetic Blade serves as a replacement for the Shockwave Hammer this season, and works a lot more effectively than the hammer as a weapon, while retaining some incredibly useful mobility attributes as well. In terms of returning weapons, I think they're all fine, apart from the Cobra DMR. I've never been a fan of marksman rifles, and the Cobra DMR is one, so I have to lump it in with the rest. In terms of new mechanics, all the mid-game appearances are very welcome additions. This helps uplift gameplay at points where most would ponder and give things to do. The bosses spawning make them not so much of an obstacle but more of an objective, which makes fighting them a lot more enjoyable, as you can do it on your own terms. The combat caches also work as an alternative to supply drops, offering more loot in a more alternative way in unlocking them in terms of encouraging fights around them. And the Loot Lake Island that appears when entering the late game is also a very fun and hectic place to fight, with many being drawn to it, but only a few making it out with their lives. In terms of the Battle Pass, I can't think of much that isn't to adore here. Each and every skin is on theme for the first time in a very long time, and they're all designed really well. My favourite must have to be Thunder. His design is quite complex yet streamlined, and has a very good set to boot. Runners-up have to be both Renzo the Destroyer and Stray. Renzo has a very sleek design and a good colour scheme, paired with an absolutely amazing glider I can't get my head around. And Stray has amazing styles and some very strong cosmetics linked to Drift and the rest of the Fox Clan. Well, that's about all my thoughts on this season. Overall, I give this season a very, very strong 9 out of 10, at least at the beginning of the season. Here's hoping the rest is just as good as the launch. But before you go, if you somehow enjoyed this, why not like the video to let me know? And if you really enjoyed it, why not go further and subscribe? That way you support me and know when I upload it again. But with that all out of the way, goodbye.